Wait, sir. Let me record the. Sorry. Sir, can you able to see our slide?
Yeah, you can see your slides.
Okay. Yeah, let me start. Good afternoon, sir. And then my name is Taarsinii. And then our teammate is one of the teammate is Aleeya and Poh Yang. So
Mhm.
actually today's presentation is all about our just walk through our purpose of the meeting and then problem and then the objective and then the proposed solution that we have uh, done.
Okay.
And the purpose of the meeting is actually like to present our project proposal and get the serve feedback, and we just want to ensure our vision align is able to align with your expectation.
Okay.
Okay, so actually our primary focus is actually to introduce the app concept and explain how it's benefit both the student and the staff at the SHIP campus. And we also confirm that the proposed feature is address the current challenges and meet the goals fostering a better communication and engagement. And then for the problem statement, actually, as we discussed before, currently there is no centralized platform for student and the staff at the SHIP campus to communicate about the club activities and the events. So, which is lack of unified system, discretes and engagement and participation. So students is often miss out the opportunity because the information is scattered and so on. So actually, so our platform is designed to bridge these gaps, ensuring that everyone is on the same page and fostering a more connected campus community.
How
So
many
our main,
students actually miss events because of this?
sorry, sir.
What percentage? You said students miss events because there's not a central platform for communication.
Um,
What percentage of students, like, do you have an actual number or you're just estimating?
it's like, it's just a general brief on what we have seen before. Like, because for now they are currently using a WhatsApp to uh give any event or publish any event that is happening in the SHIP campus. So which like I saw some of the students is not really uh give importance to that. So maybe I think having an application is improve that kind of participation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, for your reference, if
Ah,
you
okay,
want
sir.
to present this kind of information, you need to be able,
Okay.
in any school project or even group project,
Okay.
you got to be
Okay.
able to back it up with facts. So if you say that
Oh,
students are missing out on, they don't know that there's an event coming because they didn't receive a notification or whatever,
okay.
then you got to be able to justify saying that, okay, you guys did a survey based from
Okay.
whatever, like 100, 200 students, and
Okay.
40% of them said that they didn't know that, that event they missed because there was no centralized app for them. Yeah.
Okay.
Because in any school or business project, if to make any kind of conclusion or statement, like I said, you got
Okay.
to be able to back it up with facts. You cannot just say that, oh, you agak, or
Oh, okay.
you only spoke to 1 to 2 people. You got to be able to back it up.
I understand.
Okay, continue.
Okay, continue. Actually, we have done a design for this application. So we came up with some interface how the application will be look after we implement. So my teammate will explain the design. Anya, are you there?
Yes. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Guys, you can all switch on your webcams. I don't need to be shy.
Oh. Can you let me share the screen?
Can you see the screen right now?
I can see
Yes.
the Ship Campus logo 3 times. That's the screen,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay. Firstly, there will be splash screen after the student open the apps. So they will direct to sign in page. So when they click on the sign up, it will go to the sign up page and they need to insert the details for sign up purpose. So after they sign up, they will go back to sign in page and need to sign in back. So after they sign in the page, they will go to the event. So uh, the event will show every event that the clubs insert. For example, sports club, uh, desk club, and so on. So when they click on the more info, it will go to the event details. So they will show the details of the event so they can register into the event.
Okay, Aleeya, Chop, this is an actual app that you've already built, or this is an example only,
This
Just
one is
prototype.
a prototype.
prototype? Okay, so
Yeah.
before we go into the feature functions for the purpose of this project scope, can you let me know like what app or platform will you be using to build this application? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Mm,
You understand the question now? Because before, if you want to propose any new product or service in the market, even if it is a college management communication app, before you go into the features and functions, so you've already addressed the problem statement and your solution already, which is good. Now, before you go into the details, you still need to give the reader, me, a high level overview of how are you planning to build the app. Is it going to be an open API programming interface, or is it going to pay someone else to do an off-the-shelf product, or how are you planning to build this app?
oh, we planning to use the Flutter, uh,
Okay.
uh, an app to create the mobile app for the Android and iOS devices.
Mm.
And for the backend for the database, we will be using the Firebase for handling all the sign-in, events, details, and everything.
So all these examples that you're giving me is already using a prototype design from Flutter and Firebase. Is it?
No.
Oh, okay. Uh, do you plan to do a prototype using Flutter and Firebase?
Yeah.
Okay. But have you used either apps before?
Flutter, no. Firebase, yes.
Okay. So again, I'm not tembaking you guys. I am asking very realistic questions. You know, if you were pitching this idea to an investor or a business, if you yourselves were a solution provider. So you need to give me confidence that one, you've done your homework, two, you know what you're doing, and three, there is actual, in business it's called product market fit. Okay, you can build a very awesome product, but if nobody wants to pay money to use it, then nobody is going to want to buy your product or invest in your product. Okay. So even at the ideation stage where you're showing me something that has never been built before, it needs to be built using an existing, you know, in this case, Flutter or Firebase. Because how do I know that the actual product, once it comes out, is going to look or act completely different from what you're showing me? You know what I mean or not?
Yes.
So in future, what I would suggest is you don't need, again, it doesn't need to be very perfect because you can't get it done perfect the first time. Okay, but at least use the actual Flutter and Firebase programs and app to show me what the prototype would look like, so that, you know, if I were to give you further instructions or feedback, at least we have something to go on. Because what you're showing me is just an idea. I don't know what the actual thing will look like. So because memang the Flutter API UI UX, you have to use Flutter, and then Firefly is memang, or Firebase is memang, I mean, it's a database lah, so it's nothing special about it. You can just use any database one. Okay. All right, continue.
Aleeya?
Are
Okay.
you still in the
Then
call? Okay, I have another meeting at 4, so we need to move this along quite quickly lah.
Yeah, sure, sir. Aleeya, can you continue?
okay, then they can go to the club. The downstairs. Taarsinii downside. Okay. For this one, the student can join only one club since the peninsula only give them just join one club. So when they register, they need to submit the student name, student ID, and the student email.
Sorry, Aleeya, who gave you that information that students can only join one club?
I
Okay, if you're not sure, please don't assume. Students can actually join as many clubs as they want, but they can only be the committee member of one club. There's a difference.
Okay, so there will be discover page. It's like for now they using IG to post any event they organize. So for these apps, we will be using the apps to post the event lah. So the discover page will be optional.
Hello, are you still there? Or?
Aleeya?
Never mind. Taarsinii, can you go a little bit of left side?
Oh, okay. This side. This one, is it?
Go left, huh? Yes. So for the apps, like for the homepage, it will show all the list of the club, where like for new students they can just like click on the they can first check for the info of the clubs, what they are doing. Then after that, if they are interested in it, they can just click on the register button over there and then submit their names and student ID and the email to join the clubs. Then after joining the clubs, like user can go upside, go up. Then after student join the clubs, then these event pages is for the club one. Like for example, sport club has uh, two events. First one is the badminton, and second one will be like maybe football tournament. Then user can just student can just click on the more info to check the event details. Then if they are interested, they just they just click on the register button and fill in all the form and click on submit. Then after that, user will be redirect back to the event page. Then because the student has registered themselves, then it will change the button to register text label. So then for admin, like they can, for all the like club leader and admin, they can just there will be an admin interface where there is 3 or 4 buttons. First one will be the event for inserting a new event, like new event, or like their event names, organization, organize organizer, the date, the venue, the category, the category, then the event fee. Probably most of the time will be free, isn't it?
Yeah, sometimes they will charge like 5 ringgit for going for transportation like that.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
guys, just to move this along a bit more quickly, if you're presenting your app to a decision maker, you've got to be able to present it in a way that it's high level information. Okay, people like me don't need to know the details one. That one is for you and your users to figure out. Okay, I only need to know the high level stuff, like how's it going to work, who does it affect, how much is it going to cost, and what is the project timeline. Yeah, all this small detail stuff I do need to know.
Okay. Okay. So for just for that, like for admin, there will be they can insert a new event, then the clubs register a new club, then they can also view a list of the uh, view the event.
So actually, sir, so basically, like there is interface for we do is for student and admin. So admin can actually they can manage like add on the event, inserting the event, and then some more they can discover the event details some more. And then for students, they can joining the clubs and then view the events and then view the club of the events they are doing so on. So far this is our main features that our app doing.
Do you actually plan to deploy this app, or is this just like a proposal to for the purpose of completing your assignment?
Yeah, actually planning to implement it.
Okay, because I can give you more detailed feedback and advice if you're actually planning to deploy it. But you're only
Okay.
doing this just just so you can get some scores on your assignment, then I won't be able to give you that much input.
Okay.
Okay, so you showed me the rough user interface and also the admin interface.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to show me?
So far, this is our basic design for our implementation later on. So that's all.
Okay. And what's your implementation budget and timeline?
Implementation. Poh Yang, can you explain the budget for some?
Yes.
Yeah.
So for the budget, right? Like during our development, there will be no cost at all. But like after we start to deploy and publish it to the public, then like because like if in order to publish the app on Apple App Store and Google Play, there will be cost for it to publish. For Google Play, $25 for one time only for permanent use. Then for Apple App Store, you need to pay every year $99 for it to maintain and keep updating.
Okay.
Then same for the Firebase hosting. The Firebase um, the Firebase during our development there will be no cost since it will be too much of the what is it called data inside of it.
Well, Firebase hosting is 200 a month, right?
Yeah, this is estimation.
Okay. What about Flutter?
A Flutter no cost. It's a free
Flutter no cost.
open source.
Okay. Okay, so if we only use Firebase and Google Play, it's going to cost about $330 a month. But the Apple one, and that's a one-off. You said Google Play that $25
Google
is
Play
a
is one
one-off, right?
off. One off.
Okay. Problem is not everyone uses Android. Can iPhone users still go into Google Play? No, right?
No.
Yeah, that's the challenge, lah. The other thing you want to consider is having a desktop version as well, but that one can be for phase 2. Since most kids your age use mobile apps more nowadays.
Yeah.
3 months. Normally, this kind of app development, even the basic one will take at least 6 months, lah, just to let you know. If you want to go through the alpha, beta testing, proof of concept, all that kind of stuff. Okay, next.
So next, actually, this is our benefit of the project, which is for students is simplify the access to the clubs and the events, and then centralize the event tracking. And for admin side, it's like efficient management of the clubs and the events and tools for the communicating with the members. So for the She campus, the benefit will be like improve the student engagement and it streamline the operation for the student club activities. So far, that's all for actually for our meeting proposal for this today.
Has your teacher looked at this presentation yet? Or?
Not yet, sir.
Okay. When do you need to present this to her?
So, I think we no need to present to our lecturer. We just need to do a video presentation and upload it.
Oh,
No, if I'm not wrong, like there's a whereas like in the Moodle, there's a like submission for the video presentation, but also there's a like the description saying that in 19 January we will be having a interim presentation for this one.
You guys are what, computer science students, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's your lecturer again?
Uh, Miss Nor Aisha.
Miss Aisha.
Okay. So the other students, are they building? I mean, do they have similar subjects for this topic, or are they all doing different things?
Uh, if if I remember correctly, the other group is doing system a system the for the room in the ship campus, like meeting room, something like that, if I'm not
Room booking
mistaken.
You mean a room booking system?
Yeah, room booking system.
Yeah, I guess that could be helpful. Ship campus, we don't have a lot of real estate, so it's not a very important need at the moment. This student engagement app, I think, is more hard hitting and relevant because it's something that we severely lack. Now, just based on what you guys told me earlier, Aleeya, just for your reference, student can actually join multiple clubs. There's no such thing as they can only join one club. But if you're a committee member, you can only be committee member of one club. Okay. Then just now you mentioned, okay, so when everyone sign in, obviously they got to fill in their details like name, phone, email, whatever. What I would suggest is you allow new users to view events first before they decide which club they want to join. Because if you force them to join the club first, then only can view the events, then how do I know as a user whether the club is interesting enough or not before I want to join the club? Okay. So they can view events first, okay, but they can only join the event if they are an official member of the club. So you put it like that, I think it will be better. Then on the home page of your app, okay, at the bottom, I think it's most apps, whether it's Grab or Touch and Go or whatever, it's quite similar. And then at the top of the bottom, you have different tabs. One tab will be the home page, one will be the events page, one will be the news feed, one will be the profile page. One where you can even log in and see who else is using the app, contact your other friends from other departments. So again, this is just a suggestion. Not compulsory, but it's based on how you want to do it. When are you planning to actually build the Flutter platform?
Is it like around start middle of January we started to developing it.
It's interesting how your Gantt chart starts from usually Gantt charts in terms of the first task always starts from the top, and then the last one.
Oh, okay, okay.
People normally read top to bottom, left to right. So just a point. Okay. Anything else?
No, so that's all. So is there anything we have to add on, sir?
You've got the wireframe already. I guess you need to actually start building uh, using Firebase and Flutter so that you can actually have something for your users to play with. Users will be both the admin people and also the actual students. And you need them to, so in any app development, you have what you call alpha and beta testing. Okay? The prototype is the first, what you call minimum viable product for you. It's something for you to play around with. Okay? That's why it's called an MVP, because you need the bare minimum for you to have a workable product. Okay, and after that, you need to go through few phases of alpha, beta, whatever testing, so you can work out the bugs, what people like, what people don't like, any new feature functions that could be added, and also in between. Because I don't think your teacher will want you to commercialize this idea. Commercialize means make it into a sellable business. But in the real world, if you were trying to sell this or so, you need to show your investor or the company that you're pitching to that, okay, this is the timeline, this is the resources needed, this is how much money we need. And they'll say that, okay, I can give you that, but how much are you willing to sell it for? And then what is your revenue projection for the next 2 to 5 years? Okay? So I'm just letting you know in the real world, this is how the entire process happens. What happens if you don't meet the deadline of May 2025?
Fear.
Teacher will cut marks.
Actually, we wanted to complete it, but our lecturer is actually encourages us to like do it in a two phase, like do in a half half of the development, and then the other development will be continued by the future use like that. So
Future use, what do you mean by that?
like that development can be used by the another groups, something like that. They can continue with that project.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I don't know how computer science runs its projects in Malay. I mean, it's not uncommon for you to have a separate group to continue your assignment. The concern from my side is because the way you think and do your project will be very different from the other team. So I'm just wondering whether the end product, if there is an end product, is going to end up being the same thing. Have any of you actually used Flutter and Firebase before? I mean, they look like really good apps in Android. Guys,
Uh, we didn't use Flutter before. But for me, I have used the Firebase before.
so in future, if you want to give people like me confidence to endorse your project or give more detailed feedback, actually learn how to use the product itself. Okay? So that I know that you've actually done your homework, you've actually familiarized yourself with how it works, what it looks like, what it feels like. Because if everything is just theoretical and conceptual, it doesn't give me confidence to endorse or in the real business world to invest in your product. So you don't need to be an expert. You just need to play around with it enough to familiarize yourself with how it works. Okay, so next time if I ask for proof of concept, which is an actual working prototype, you can just quickly put something together, and then that way your users can actually play around with it and give you real world direct feedback on the UI UX. You guys know what UI UX stands for, right?
Yes,
Yeah, the user interface and experience.
user experience.
Yeah, because based on that, then only you can decide, what sort of feature functions to build, what sort of resources you need, expertise you need, how much time you need, that sort of stuff. Because without all this, what I call foundational pillars, you're just clutching at straws. Everything is just aga, aga. Okay, but yeah, I think that's I mean, based on what you've shared with me, this is what I'm able to give you. I think it's a very good idea, and I think it's very workable, not just for Peninsula College. As far as I know, most universities and colleges in Malaysia don't even have a college management app. So I think it's a very useful and interesting thing. And just to let you know, it doesn't have to be stuck with just one module, because so far you've only touched on events. I think if you all remember last time when we sat down and discussed, this one can be used for F&B promos, can be used for scholarship announcements, can be used for many different things, not just club societies and events. Even integrating your LMS right now is Voodoo to staying at the student residence, to scholarships, to food, to anything like. Just use the Grab or AirAsia app as a benchmark. They don't just focus on one thing. Yes, they started off as e-hailing for food, but after that they went for transport, they went for bookings for hotels and flights, so on and so forth. I think you probably won't have the time and resource to think about all that, but mainly for the future team, once you've stabilized the student engagement club society booking system, maybe you can look at including additional modules for additional feature functions.
Okay, sir.
All right, cool. So what would be the next step for you guys now?
For us is to actually today we want to gather some feedback on our interface that we have designed just now, and then maybe after this we will plan to implement it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So this is our
So
next
I
step.
think you've got the basic blueprint there already.
Okay.
Also writing in feedback stage. So sprint 3, wireframe and prototyping, that's the part that you need to get into. So like I
Yeah.
said, you need to build a minimum viable product or MVP for people to play around. So your users, like I said, your users direct feedback and input is going to be the main driver for how you design your product.
Okay.
So you don't need to get it perfect from the first time. Okay, you just cincai, copy, touch and go ke Grab interface. Okay, agak-agak, but of course you got to localize it for college environment. And say, okay, guys, this is a beta prep. It's an alpha prototype. But can you please play around with it and give us your feedback? Okay? Because like I said, that will give you a lot of information that you need for to complete all the other project timelines on your Gantt chart.
Okay, sir.
Okay, do you have any other questions for me or anything you want to clarify?
So far, no, sir. My teammates, do you guys have any questions?
No.
Okay. So in any project, whether it's for school or for work, it's normally three main elements to consider. One is the commercial aspect, okay, which is everything related to business, like resources, time, expertise. The other one is the technical one, okay. There's the back end and front end, whether it's coding, UI, UX, you're getting feedback, and also the advertising promotion. And the third aspect is your users, okay, both yourself, the coders, the admins, the finance users, at every stage of the project development, you need to keeping people in the loop. Okay, this is what we plan to do based on the input and feedback that you've given. And then when you come up with the next iteration, which is the version 2.0 of the prototype, you need to pass it back to them and get them to apply. So if they say that, okay, yes, you've incorporated my feedback, it's much better now, you're going in the right direction. If they say that, hey, this is worse than before, then you need to pivot and change your direction again. Say that, okay, I think that we thought this is what they wanted, but that's actually not what they wanted. So you need to go back to the drawing board, find your baseline and say that, okay, where was the last place that we left off that we did well, and we need to make sure that you keep going in the right direction. Okay. So to summarize, yeah, three aspects to consider for your final project: the technical, the commercial, and the user aspects. All right. If there's no other questions, we can conclude the meeting. But yeah, Taarsinii, if you, Yang Min or Aleeya think of any other questions or forgot to ask, you can always text me later.
Yeah, sure, sir.
Okay. All the best, guys.
Okay.
I look forward to playing around with your prototype as well.
All right, sir.
I'm an Android user, by the way, so easy.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your
Okay.
holidays. I think next Monday you're all back at school, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So you still got another 4 more days to gao enjoy yourself lah.
Yeah.
All right. Good luck, guys. All the best.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you,
Thank you for your
sir.
time.
Cheers. All right. See you
Happy
next
New
week.
Year, sir.
Yeah, Happy New Year to you too.
Thank you, sir.
On ang pao.
Okay.
Stop the recording. Stop
Oh
the
my
recording.
God. Stop
Stop the
already.
recording.
Yeah.
Stop the recording first.
Okay. Yeah.